This is Salamancer, and this Pyro knows how to party. I hope you know how to party too, because it is now, if you're watching this on YouTube anyway, 2012. So we are getting the party started here with the UGC Iron Division Finals. It is a best-of-3 series, and yes, this was played a while ago, but it is going to be a best-of-3, and we're going to at least see 2 maps, hopefully 3, in an epic series between Land Before Time and Exodus Society. But I do want to say, as we get out to the mid-fight here, and we will kind of watch this from bird's eye view, I do want to say that there is a new UGC Highlander season starting up, and you guys should join it because there are going to be so many new teams. It is ridiculous. They're going for lots and lots of new players, bringing them all into TF2. So please, please go check out the UGC website and see if you can't make yourself a team to get set up with the UGC Highlander season that is coming up. It is going to be huge. It's going to be epic. Thank you for doing that. So anyway, Land Before Time kind of raffle stomped that middle fight as we were all watching. Pretty ridiculous. Oh man, it's still doing a scout bug. That is annoying. But yeah, the Exodus Society there hardly even showed up to mid. I didn't see a lot of players on mid. They certainly were not coordinated. So LBT very easily won that one. And the rules for this game are a little different than your normal UGC because it's only played in like 1/2 each. So if you know what the rules are for a half of UGC, then great, you're good to go. But if you don't, it's going to be only 30 minutes, or first team to cap 4 points. You get 4 all caps, because that is the criterion, I guess, for halftime in a normal Granary game on a UGC league. So if a team gets up to 4 all caps, which is tough on CP Granary on Highlander, but it can happen, then that's going to be the end of the game. Or if it goes to 30 minutes, and whoever has the most points at the end of that 30 minutes is going to win. Anyway, Uber is ready once again for LBT, although, just lost their medic to a backstab, so never mind, no Uber for you. The heavy here, though, Dat Beard, which I want to say could still be the same person as Feel My Uncle's Beard, which is just a hilarious name. But anyway, Dat Beard holding down the fort there and helping capture the second point. Now, we did have Final Light trying to jump in and get some damage done, but not a lot actually happened there. And now we do have an Uber ready to go for Xmas. Apparently these guys were anticipating Christmas coming up. But anyway, they need to pop this Uber right now because, well, maybe not. But they were kind of, oh yeah, no, they do. They definitely, okay, no, they don't. Shut up, Salamancer. You don't know what you're talking about. Bahum Bub here from Exodus Society. That is, of course, Bubby, who I think is a UGC admin as well. Holding on to that Uber for dear life. And now pulling out the overdose to try and get some damage down on that soldier. He's got to watch out for this scout. Oh, Bubby. Oh, be so careful. If he had been meat shot there, it would have been game over. Losing that Uber. You would have never lived it down, Bubby, but that's all right. It looks like they are actually going to hold on to their last point for a while. They didn't manage to recapture second, though. So LBT still gets another shot on goal here. Oh, they got to watch out, though. Here comes a heavy medic combo. Did I just say an heavy medic combo? I think I just said that. I feel bad now. But yeah, Exodus Society do finally pop their Uber here, and of course you can't cap a point while you're Ubered, so they might want to think about, there you go, getting the demo man back on the point there. So now they've recaptured their second point. LBT is having to fall back, and where are they falling back to? I don't see a lot of their players, although they are all alive right now. That was an incredibly long sentence. But Land Before Time is nowhere to be seen, and they did just lose their medic. There you go. Dat Beard is trying to push out into Yard, and actually manages to do it just fine. There's somebody capping second right now, but that's going to be short-lived. I think it was Final Light. And Om Nom Nom, I think is how you're supposed to pronounce that, because OHM is like a unit of measure for electrical power or something. So, so that's Om Nom Nom. Ended up killing Final Light there with the Postal Pummeler as a reskin of the Axe Extinguisher, so it does that critical damage when a player is already burning. Very, very useful to have when you're up close to people. And we've got a soldier actually running the Liberty Launcher, which, oh no! Crossfire ended up killing Bubby there. Bubby drops the Uber to the sniper. Not a fun thing to do. Of course, if you don't see the sniper, then, you know, there's not a lot you can do about it, but as a medic, you got to be watching for these things. And as the rest of the team, you got to be telling the medic where that sniper is. If the rest of the team doesn't tell you, then they're kind of letting you down. Anyway, that Liberty Launcher, kind of a nice gun, as it only has 3 rockets, but the shots come out of it as fast as the direct hit, so the rockets travel really fast, and they still do the same splash damage as a normal rocket, which is just crazy. Going up against the Liberty Launcher when you're playing medic is an incredible pain in the butt. Anyway, yeah, that is something I have always wanted to see in a UGC game, and now I've seen it. So what they did was they actually kritzkrieged the Liberty Launcher Soldier, because normally when you kritzkrieg somebody, Grim out here, having a little bit of lag issues. Normally when you kritzkrieg somebody, you're going to want it to be the demo, because if you kritzkrieg the demo, he can get that damage put out really far, really fast. He charges up a sticky, and he can just launch that sticky anywhere really fast and do an instant like 300 damage. But, you know, crit rockets do about the same, and the thing is, if you've got a Liberty Launcher, you're still getting that great splash damage, but it fires so much farther. I don't know, I'm just going to nerd out about the Liberty Launcher some more. But anyway, we are going to see this second mid-fight here, and there you go. Final Light ends up using the normal rocket launcher just to take that out. Spy trying to get it on top of the medic, but that's not going to work very well. The only casualty so far for LBT has been the soldier. Now it looks like their Spy's gone down as well, trying to get a stab. He actually did get a stab on Toad Alpha, who is there. I don't even know. I think that may have actually been a dead ringer. Who is that? Who is Toad Alpha? What? Oh, okay, there you go. It is their Heavy. My apologies. It actually says Tiberius. There we go. Had to fix that. Apparently our HUD was wrong that entire time. Engineers setting up a mini-sentry up here, though. That's a nasty spot. Like, basically, this mid-fight is so conducive. I want to say conducive, but it's really good for engineers with the mini-sentries. LBT actually had to drop back there. They were, I think, going for a back cap, but that did not work out. So they've lost mid now, even though Exodus Society only has like 5 people up and a huge Uber disadvantage. LBT decided not to push in on that, but no, that mid fight, that mid area is just so ridiculously overpowered for mini sentries, because the only people who are really going to effectively deal damage to it are, is that a Kritzkrieg? Oh gosh, it is in fact, and Bubby just dropped another, didn't drop an Uber, but died again to the sniper. There you go, the Kritzkrieg is popped on the Demo Man, taking out the DJ Bear, taking out Serene, going for the Pyro, and does manage to get that pill off on him too. Is this last one going to do anything? No. So 3 kills in the Kritzkrieg, not too bad, considering that medic is already down. And LBT, going to have a good time recapturing the middle point. I don't remember what I was talking about, but gosh, we cannot watch the first-person view of scouts. That is incredibly annoying. Alright, mini-sentries, because I just saw one there. That makes sense. Yeah, you put them up here, and the only people who are really good at taking out mini-sentries, the Demo and the Soldier, have a harder time because you can't deal all that splash damage. There goes the Teleporter that was probably never used. And Exodus Society are down 2 players right now, including a Demo, which makes it really hard to defend a point because you can't set up sticky traps anywhere. So that Demo finally coming back into the world of the living now and should be in position pretty soon. The Spy just got caught out there. That's not good. There goes the SS Failboat, dying for practically nothing there. Although he's trying to get in behind. Granary is a very tough map to get in behind your enemies. And there you go. LBT losing most of their players here, so they're going to have to make a very interesting little yard hold. DJ Bear just died from Exodus, but oh, Grimout actually got headshots. Who was that? Where was he is the question. That was Doxed, or Doxed, Doxed. And there you go, once again, Bubby dropping it to the sniper. So whoever the sniper is, he's got his aimbot turned on right now, and it is picking out that medic every single time. We were watching, though, how Pikeades stole Christmas, which I'm pretty sure involves taking a giant sleigh and dressing up his dog as a reindeer and then stealing all the kids' toys and driving them off a cliff. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. Anyway, Exodus Society once again backed away from the middle point, and there's not a lot of action happening around here. Actually, I'm kind of confused. Really, it's just Pikeades almost by himself here, holding on to the yard. And there you go. He's got a little bit of spam help from his friendly Liberty Launcher Soldier. What is it? It's still 1-0 actually for LBT, aka BLT, which sounds really good right now because I'm kind of hungry. Yeah, I could use a BLT. Although I actually had a lot of really good candy earlier. My little brother had a party at his parents' house with a bunch of friends, and they made gingerbread houses, so I got to eat a lot of the leftover candy. Oh man, that was so good. Anyway, wow, there goes a lot of players from LBT. Very good shots by the Demo, the Scout, the Sniper. Although now the SS Failboat's coming in for some crazy stabs here, and he just barely manages to finish off the Demo there as well. So I thought LBT was going to lose the middle point there, but the Spy, SS Failboat, single-handedly saved that for them, getting 2 or 3, maybe 4 picks in a row there. So SS Failboat, you saved your team, buddy. course, the thing about Granary is that more so than most maps, if you are in control of the middle point, you're pretty much going to win the round, or at least you're going to run the time down until stalemate, because it is so difficult to push into this middle point from second. Really, really difficult. You basically have to wipe out your opponents. It's possible, though, because remember, our medic here for LBT is still running the crit screen. You can see the little yellow thing on his medigun there. The little yellow line, that's what it is. And that does indicate that it's a crits. I think he may... No, he's still going to crits the demo man here, who is trying to, once again, push out those crit stickies over. Oh, no! Grimald gets taken out by Doc Zed, the sniper for our red team. And now there is an Uber ready to go for Bubby. Will he actually pop this Uber, or will he get headshot once again? That is the question right now. Spy sneaking up behind him, actually, and he has gotten the kill on the Pyro, but now has been taken out himself. Oh man, I just can't wait to see. Where is the sniper right now? Oh, he's down. No, he's not. Crossfire is still okay, and there goes the Uber. Bubby has finally gotten an Uber. I think he's actually had a couple. So I'm just kind of yanking his chain. He's a good guy, but he did manage to pop that Uber on the demo. Nope, there you go. Now Crossfire finds him. So just as the Uber fades, headshot once again. Crossfire, you are... I swear, if I were playing in this game as a medic against Crossfire, I'd just be raging on comms the entire time. In fact, I think I have a video of me doing something like that, although it wasn't for Crossfire. And there you go, Serene. What is his ping? Because that was really weird. Serene. It is 118, so he may, in fact, be playing from Europe or South America. I don't know. That was, yeah, it was kind of a ridiculous stab there, though. It did not look like a stab on the STV server, anyway. But he did manage to help his team get a nice little pick there on the medic. Doesn't matter, though. LBT pushing forward here, and they have captured the second point. So this is the thing about holding that middle point there, especially on Highlander. Once you hold the middle point, you're just going to get great forward spawns, and there's pretty much no way to stop you from winning the round. So you got to win those mid-fights, and so far it has been LBT winning both mid-fights very nicely. Heavy just got completely burned by Dat Beard, and now Tiberius not even using, he's just using the regular flamethrower. Sounds like there's a lot of people dying around here, and most of them are LBT, although there are a few deaths for Exodus Society. They are going to hold on to this. They've got stickies in the doors now. They've got some good spam coming out. They've got a lot of damage classes up. I don't see... Oh, no, there is a sentry. Okay, it's level 2, guarding the point there. Using the Wrangler, even, to make sure it doesn't take any damage. It's actually a really neat little engineer strategy. People will just pull out the Wrangler and not even shoot people. They'll just pull it out for like a second, enough to pull up that engineer shield, and then repair it while that shield is up, and it absorbs like 66% of incoming damage. So completely negates it. It's ridiculous. Rick is going to go ahead and set up his dispenser up here so we can get some close-by metal. Probably put a teleporter somewhere nearby if he hasn't already, and that is going to be really, really useful for reinforcing. Although bear in mind, the spawn is only like right there, so it's actually not that bad. But where's the defense right now? It's actually pretty far forward here. Sniper trying to open that door just temporarily to see if he can't kill somebody. The real question is... Oh, LSS Failboat did die there. Both spies actually are down right now. The real question is, where is Crossfire? Because he is going to be seeking the medic like a medic seeking sniper bullet. You thought I was going to say missile, didn't you? No, actually going for the sniper first, which I've heard is proper sniper procedure. Sniper and then medic. But it looks like somebody was getting on final point there, and the Uber is just now finished for Erie, and just now finished a little bit afterwards there for Bub. But the thing is, both of them have about the same percentage. In fact, Erie has a lower percentage for some reason. Never mind, a higher percentage now that his opposing medic is dead. SS Failboat going crazy on the stabs today. Piketies, though, gets a nice pipe there on Erie to even it up, and both medics are now down. So it's anybody's game right now, and Om Nom Nom there holding down the point from that spy. SS Failboat, you can get some good stabs, but it seems like this Pyro right here, with no hat whatsoever, is able to shut you down pretty consistently. And that's a good thing. Now, a lot of teams do have Pyros that are more aggressive. Let's say like the Gunrunners last season had TMP. He was a very aggressive Pyro. So he tended not to spy check too much or be defensive. Instead, he would just rush in and get a bunch of kills. Sort of like a roaming soldier would on some of your teams, like the Experiment or whatever else. But But it looks like we do have a more defensive style of pyro out of our red team here, and it's working well for them, sort of, although they have gotten stabbed a lot. So the SS Failboat is a very good spy, and we're just going to go with that. Where's the sniper now? Because once again, Crossfire is not actually getting a lot of good snipes. I'm kind of surprised by that. Really, when you're pushing into this, there you go, Doc's Ed does get a kill on LBT the Fry. There you go, there is an Uber, and it has been popped, actually. Oh, nice crit stickies there, taking out Ohm and taking out Red Nose Jin. Yeah, so Jin is down. LBT pushing in towards the point, and Doc's Head is going to die there of flames. But there's not a lot of players left up for either team. The medic pulling out the overdose and trying to deal some damage, and gets taken out there. Going to have to back away. The spy versus spy there, I think, on the point, so that spy is down. There is actually a scout there capping, and nobody left alive to stop it. So very nicely done. LBT brings it to 2-0, and how much time is left in this game? Half of the remaining time, just about. 14 minutes left to go. And let me see here, who's going to get there first? It should be the Demo Man. Oh yeah, Grimaud here, going to get there crazy fast, and I'm pretty sure this is the same Grimaud that plays in ESEA. At the very least open level, and I think maybe higher. So this is a darn good Demo Man. It sounded like there were two Demo Men here. There is, in fact, a second demo, but this guy, Picates, is in some trouble. He's got to be really careful about this. Oh, he's getting pressured so hard. Managed to stay alive for a while, but Toad Alpha just got headshot from Crossfire, so no Heavy at the moment. And a Heavy is really important for these mid-fights here on Granary. You just got to send him out towards the center and hold that line as much as possible with this guy. He's going to be really useful. And there you go, Spy getting some awesome stabs there. Once again, Bubby stabbed. He's just getting stabbed and sniped all game, and it is not fun, trust me. If you have never played Medic before in a competitive setting, getting stabbed, getting sniped, it is the worst. You're just like, come on. At least if it were like soldiers and demo men spamming me, I could tell what I did wrong. But this, it was just like, nobody told me there was a sniper there, and all of a sudden I'm dead. Oh! Alright. I may have played one too many mixes tonight against teams that kept going spy. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, but they were fun. Anyway, looks like LBT once again pushing forward because they won that mid-fight. So, you know, once again, I would expect them to win this round, no matter how long it takes, because it's just impossible to push back into the middle point. Or almost impossible on Granary. It is a very, very tough map to push anywhere because of how narrow the choke points are and how wide the distance is in between them that you have to cross. So I mean, it gives so many opportunities to defend. It's ridiculous. Soldier here, that was the DJ Bear, using that Liberty Launcher to its full effect, taking down the, oh my, nice kill there with the Equalizer. 47 health on this guy, so he's dealing about maximum damage, but it doesn't even matter because there was some action over there on the last point that we completely missed. And LBT brings it to 3-0, so they're already within striking distance of winning this game. And I would expect... Oh, get off that scout cam. I would expect, once again, for them to win this mid-fight, and that's really what's been putting the nail in the coffin here for Exodus Society. If they can't win these mid-fights, they are going to end up losing the game, because in Granary, the mid-fight is so important. If you lose that mid-fight, you lose the middle point, you lose the forward spawns. So once again, Picate's taking a very standard role out there, but he is way slower to mid than his opposing demo, because his opposing demo here, Grimaud, ends up, I think, just skipping out on that health kit, making some quicker jumps. And of course he got pressured by a scout and had no defense against it, so he died. Poor old Picate's. Anyway, LBT here is once again dominating the mid-fight so far. They're having to deal with a mini-sentry on the high ground, but they have taken it out, which is pretty important. And actually, LBT not dominating so easily. They are probably going to pop the Uber here. There they go. Popping it against a crits creek of Exodus Society, which I think is the first crits they have actually run. Running crits to mid can be a useful thing, but not when you let your opponents get Uber up at the same time, because that just completely counters it. And Exodus Society, where they almost could have had a good mid-fight win here. Now they may end up losing it. Dealing a lot of damage, though, with that mini-sentry and demo combo, and they've still got their medic up. So they actually... I was going to say... they could... No, they still can. They can still get a big Uber advantage here if they can just get the medic to stay alive. Oh, they can't even cap yet, though, because reinforcements come in from LBT. All those respawners actually managed to cover the entire distance. So LBT already... wow, nobody's capped this middle point yet. Nobody. and nobody even looks like they want to. There you go. Nope, LBT still can't cap it because they got to deal with a sniper now. And there goes Crossfire, so actually this is a really, really good situation for Dockside. He doesn't have to worry about getting counter-sniped. Spy trying to push onto the point here from Exodus. They've got all their players up now except for that Spy who just died. And LBT losing a lot of players here. Exodus, they just need to push in, get a heavy push going here. And the Kritzkrieg is ready. They popped it a little bit prematurely here. Oh, this is not going to be good. They need to save this. No, they popped that Kritzkrieg way too early. If they had been able to hold on to it, they could have gotten some crazy kills with that. As it is, they'll probably end up getting the kill in this combo anyway. They've got a scout in, a soldier up top right now. There you go. Datbeard ends up dying, and this medic is not long for this world. Although he's doing some surprisingly good deathmatching skills here. Can he get a kill with this needle gun? Yes! Eerie gets a kill on Jin. Pulling out the fierce needles before he finally died. Which, honestly, he's just going to catch a later respawn wave, and that probably isn't good for him. But it doesn't matter, because at this point, that is a console. At this point, there's 9 minutes left. I mean, the LBT holds middle once again because Exodus was unable to reinforce and cap it for some reason, even though they killed the medic and heavy. I'm confused. So Exodus not playing very aggressively here, and as a result, they've lost mid. I think they've lost this game too, because they would need to get, just to tie it up, they need 3 points in 9 minutes, which is, it's not impossible on Granary, but it is a very tall order on Highlander. So, pretty sure that LBT has this one won. You know my record on calling things early. It's actually pretty good, believe it or not. It's actually pretty good. I've had 1 or 2 slip-ups that occasionally have caused some consternation. I'm just throwing around $5 words tonight because, gosh darn it, I actually played a... Okay, if you know the game Apples to Apples, there's a version of it, I think it's called something like Cards Against Humanity or something like that. It's just like an inappropriate version of Apples to Apples. I played that tonight with my brother and his friends, and it was hilarious, so that's probably what's put me in the $5 word mood. But anyway, here comes the Ubers, and now a very good counter Uber here from Exodus. They should keep most of their players alive. They lost their Pyro, which is actually kind of a shame, because if they'd flashed Uber to him, they could have kept him alive and had him air blast the medic around more. As it is, they're going to be okay here. Oh, they got to watch out for this, though. And this Heavy here, kind of making the wrong move. The medic did manage to stay alive, which is good. Bubby is alive, but I think the Heavy should not have pulled that sandwich out when he did. He should have just spun up, tried to take out the scout, and let his medic do whatever he needed to do. Would have been safer, in my esteemed opinion. But LBT is now pushing into yard once again, and I mean they're kind of being tentative about it because it's tough to really conquer any ground in Highlander effectively. But I think they should be able to get it. Spy here is just going to be waiting for them to push past, actually. And I was going to say it could work, but he actually abandoned his hiding spot, which is kind of too bad. Liberty Launcher there ended up getting the kill on Final Light right before DJ Bear went down himself, kind of lying down on the job here in the grass. And Exodus Society is pushing back towards mid, which they could capture. There's not a lot of players left alive for LBT, so really... Oh, there's the Uber, though. Very well timed on that. In return, Exodus Society should be able to do this, but they need to flash the Uber probably to that Pyro, or at least get him some sort of health. There you go. He did finally grab some. I don't know. When I'm playing Highlander, I find it is usually preferable to flash the Uber to as many people as possible, because you're trying to push your team forward and gain ground more than you're trying to get frags most of the time with an Uber. You're just trying to make it so that your team can get more positioning and better positioning and push forward. So yes, you're going to waste your Uber faster, but you will gain ground by flashing to like 4 or 5 people, however many are near you. Flash the Uber to all of them, let them all push up for that little instant of invulnerability and get closer to the enemy. I don't know, get them through those choke points. That's my opinion on using the Ubers most of the time. Sometimes you do, like, you get in that situation where you're like, okay, I'm just going to Uber the Heavy and we are just going to keep this fat for 8 seconds and make sure that Heavy stays Ubered for a long time and gets the kills and whatever else. But you know, not on Granary. That's my point. Anyway, LBT, oh man, they've got an Uber ready to go, and there you go, counter-Ubered the Uber from Exodus. A nice Uber on the Pyro, by the way. That is something you want to do actually quite a lot. When you see an enemy Uber coming in, make sure that your Pyro is at the very least buffed up to a good overheal level. But if you can Uber him, even better, because you just Uber him and shut down the enemy Uber entirely. He can blast the medic into a corner, try to get the extinguisher, or have the rest of your team shoot at him. So, great idea to Uber the Pyro in that situation. Nice reflect of the Liberty Launcher rocket. I can't do that. And he did twice in a row and then died to a mini-sentry. Oh, can't reflect mini-sentry bullets. Sorry, those are hit scan. And in fact, never miss. Yeah, they don't miss. It's annoying. I know. Brazil style here, who is apparently upside down because I guess Brazil is in the southern hemisphere, so that makes sense. I guess Brazilians watching this will be able to read it a lot easier because you guys are upside down too. Oh, lol. I usually make that joke about Australians, but it works for them too. LBT don't hold the middle point, but at this point it's all kind of gravy. It's all dead time because there's like 4.5 minutes left to go, and it is 3-0. It is, I'm pretty sure, not possible to get 3 points in 4.5 minutes on Granary. That is just not going to happen. So, at this point, you know, we'll just talk about whatever, but if you want to go ahead and watch that next video in the series, it's going to be Viaduct. Please do. And do hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, tell your friends to check it out too, because, hey, competitive TF2 is pretty darn awesome, and I enjoy casting it. I hope you enjoy watching it as much as I enjoy casting it. So anyway, we're just going to try and keep some, oh, that's an interesting little sentry, or teleporter location right here in the drop down. You drop down right there, and you're at middle point. Cute. Very cute. LBT looks like they are having to drop away from middle point here, which kind of a shame, but what can you do? That little mini-sentry location, by the way, so common, and I just hit the wrong button. So common, because it basically, even if nobody is there to defend the middle point, except like one person, a scout or a soldier or whatever is just going to start walking onto the point and then be like, oh, darn it, crap, shoot. There is a mini-sentry there, and that is a scout's scattergun in my face again. Come on, Valve, fix that crap. Alright, so Exodus holding on to middle once again. Let's see if they can put it together and get 1 point on the board. That is what I want them to do. I want them to push forward and get 1 point. They've got an uber advantage right now. I don't know if they realize it, though, because they're not really in a position to push on this. They could, and there they go. They are pushing. The thing is, they had to push a lot sooner to really take advantage of that, because now Erie is almost up to 100% himself. And there you go, 100%. So now it is completely worthless to have an uber advantage because there is no advantage. And there you go. Exodus actually had their uber forced. They are going to get some kills with this because the blue medic and heavy decided to just waltz back around. Oh, they're running the Kritzkrieg. That's why. They couldn't counter pop because it wouldn't have mattered. But they do have the Kritzkrieg ready to go now and don't even have to pop it yet, actually, which is good. They managed to get most of the kills there. So LBT actually could put this game away in the last couple of minutes right before... Oh, double kill with the pipes. Grimmaud, you are a beast. Yeah, LBT could actually put this away if they push really fast. They've wiped out Exodus Society. There is nobody left alive right now. Just had a spawn wave of 6 people for Exodus, and so they are going to lose a second point. The Kritzkrieg for Erie is ready to go, and I think we're going to see a crits just as soon as this point is captured, and as soon as they open that door. So the only question is, where are the crit stickies going to hit? And the first thing they hit is Bubby. The second thing they hit is the heavy right there. Still going for more crit stickies, although the rest of them really aren't going to hit a lot. And now the Kritzkrieg is over, but it's already done its damage. There are 4 players left alive for Exodus. There's actually only 4 left alive for, oh my gosh, I can't even talk right now, LBT as well. So LBT could not follow up properly. They do still have somebody on the last point there, but gonna get taken out, just holding down the equalizer instead of trying to rebuild or reload his rockets or shotgun. Wow, Exodus barely held that off and stayed in the game. Probably going to end up being 3-0. It is 1 minute and 30 left, so it's still possible for Erie to build up another Uber in time. Let's see. Yeah, still running the Kritzkrieg, so they're definitely going to have another one ready to go. But can they really do anything about it? Pikety's just got 2 kills there on the Engineer and Pyro, which is actually kind of important for pushing forward. So not having those classes is going to make a difference. There's still about 1 minute left. Yeah, over 1 minute left, so they can just wait for the respawns. They've got some time. We will see what happens, though. I don't know. I was kind of hoping Exodus would get a point, and now it's gonna. This may end up being 4-0 instead of 3-0 for. And there you go for LBT. There goes the Kritzkrieg once again. Kritsticky's sitting at that doorway, but not actually getting the hits. LBT has gotten a couple kills, but not a lot really to show for it. Some time on the point once again, but there is an Uber now, so Exodus should be able to hold this off. Pyro trying to blast them away, can't quite do it. He dies to the heavy. And now Crossfire's gotten a kill on Brazil style, actually, so that's going to be good. No Engineer to set up defense over here. The sentry is down. Now there's a soldier once again with the equalizer, and there you go. That is GG. BLT, aka LBT, Land Before Time, takes the first map 4-0. We're going to go on to that second map, so stay tuned.